It's time. The Torn Call of Duty League founding season is here. 36 teams, $1,000 prize pool, and more. Sign up now in the Discord.
Welcome to the Torn Call of Duty League YouTube channel, where we're going to be posting VODs, highlights, best plays, and maybe some other stuff from the Torn League. If you guys don't know, we just announced Season 1 a couple weeks ago, and as I'm recording this, it starts in 1 week, June 1st, 2025. So this video is going to kind of give you a lot of the information about the league in case you're still confused about some things. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First, kind of the basic information about the league is that it was a $40 team entry. We originally said 36 teams max, but there was a lot more teams that wanted to sign up than we thought. So we extended that to 48 teams, and that's where we cut it off. And that's going to be 8 groups now of 6 teams. And real quick, the reason we started the league is just because it's something we thought about doing for a while. I wanted to do it ever since MW2 because we'd actually had a league that we were in, and the owner took all the entry money and just ran off with it and ghosted everybody. And ever since then, I was like, we need to have a place that is a reliable, league that the community can enjoy and play in. And I wanted to do it in MW3. It just didn't really work out. It wasn't great timing for me personally to run it. But now with Torn, Black Ops 6, we've been doing very well. And we figured now's the time. Let's go ahead and get a season in, maybe a second season during the off season of the Torn League. And then for the next Call of Duty game, which is another Treyarch game, we'll go really hard with the Torn League. And also we kind of started to do it because we have a lot of great people within the Torn organization wanting to help out with the league. Like Torn Center is the guy, he's the commissioner of the league. He's doing a lot of the work behind the scenes. Like, I'm not taking any of the credit for that. That's all Torn Center. So W Center in the comments. And then we got Rocky, he's the cast lead. He's also been doing a ton of admin stuff. You got Wash, Raz, Matrix, a bunch of other guys in Torn helping out with the league. So we're trying to just get as many people there as possible to help out, and hopefully things run smoothly. And that's the goal with this first season here. The inaugural season is just to get things to run smoothly. And then from there, we'll hopefully do bigger and better things, like maybe keeping track of stats, maybe doing some MVPs, some best plays, all that type of stuff, and hopefully get these socials popping as well. And if you're watching this and you're not following on X or TikTok, that's where we'll be doing a lot of updates when it comes to the league. So X is where I'll be posting for sure all the updates, maybe some matches of the week, or if your team is playing and you tag that Twitter account, I'll go ahead and repost that as well if you have a game day. So anyways, let's get into some information about the league. So starting off with the scheduling and how we'll make the groups. So like I said earlier, there's 48 teams signed up, and the groups are going to be streamed May 31st. We're going to go ahead and stream making those groups, and that is just basically going to be all the teams on a wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. The team that lands on is going to go in the group. Spin the wheel again. The team that lands on is going to go in the next group. And we'll do that all the way until all 48 teams are in the groups. That way it's randomized. And you hopefully get a nice mix of teams. Now, when it comes to scheduling, what we're going to have is, well, each week you'll play 2 matches, except for the 6th week you'll only play 1 match. And this is the regular season, if you'd like to call it that. And then from there, the top teams from each group and the teams with the best record will move on to the playoffs. And that will be another 2-week period where we'll try to get through all those matches and hopefully have a nice long day on the weekend where we can stream all those as well. The goal with a lot of these matches, not every single one of them will be streamed, but the goal with a lot of them is to get them on stream and have them casted by some of our guys in Torn, or either on the main broadcast, the Torn Twitch. When it comes to scheduling your match, there is no set time and day that you have to play every week. That's the question we've been getting a lot. It is straight up, when the schedule is released that week, whatever week it is, week 1, week 2, you're going to reach out to your opponents for that week. The captain or whoever reaches out to the others. Everyone has their roles, so you should be able to find them in the Discord. You reach out to them, you be like, hey, we can play this day at this time. Does that work for you? And they'll say yes or no, can we try this time? You figure out a time to play, then you're going to put that in the scheduled matches once you pick out a time to play, and that will tell us when you guys are playing and when you guys should be playing, and it'll also help the casters out because they'll know if matches are going on, if they want to stream a match that night and go ahead and cast a match. Specific days and times to play is possible, but with this many teams, it's just better to do it this way and have you guys schedule your own matches just in case. We know everybody's schedules are different, and life can get in the way sometimes. So I think this is the best way to do it. That schedule will be posted at the start date, June 1st, in the hashtag season schedule part of the Discord. And if you ever want to know any of the information, you can go to hashtag rules or we'll have the season info tab as well, as where a lot of the stuff will be as soon as the season starts. So now the next part of this, we are going to go over the rules really quick. So here are the Torn League rules. This was made by Sinner and Wash. Shout out to them. And these rules must be followed during your time playing in the Torn League. Failure to read the rule set is not an excuse, and breaking the rules can lead to up to various punishments, including getting kicked out of the league. Competitive integrity is the most important thing, and our goal is to make the league as fair and fun as possible. Further questions and claims requesting actions must be submitted via ticket system in Discord. We'll talk about the ticket system in a little bit and explain how to use that if you're unfamiliar. And here's some basic stuff. Hosting regions, North America. If you're European, you can play if you want to join up, but you're not going to be allowed to host if you are from Europe, just because you can just kind of you can destroy everybody with your ping, pretty much. Gaming platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, controller only, no mouse and keyboard players. Teams, 4 players per team, 2 subs max. And then here's your player and team restrictions. So it's your responsibility to know your league roster and roster changes. Add them in the Discord. There is a roster change chat. Make sure to find that if you are needing to add and drop players. And then only players listed on your league on our sheet will be official players for your team. And they should be there as long as you add and drop them in the Discord. If you don't do that, then you could get in trouble. Players are not permitted to play on different rosters at a time. You're on one team, you're playing on that team. You can't play on multiple teams. Even if you have to substitute for another team, you can't do that. It's one team, one roster. No substituting for different teams. You can substitute between maps if you want. So if somebody like plays the first map and then they got to go walk their dog, you can substitute a sub in if your sub's available. And that's about it. There's a few other things here for team and player restrictions. And then here are the modes and maps. It's the same as the Call of Duty League right now. Dealerships in there for S&D. You got Rewind back in the mix. And if those change, we'll change ours as well. Item restrictions, of course, it's all of these. It's like the ranked play game mode, except you're not going to use your C9. It's Jackal names only, guys. No C9s. Attachments, we try to keep up with all the GAs, but they do change very frequently. But you can find all the attachments that are not allowed here. These are restricted. Better make that, I might have to make that more clear that they're restricted. Equipment, here's your equipment. Trophy system, 2 per team allowed for the trophies. Don't mess that up. Assault pack is what you'll equip if you don't have a trophy, but you're not throwing these assault packs. It's just simply there because you can't select nothing. It makes you click something. Streaks, RCXD, only allowed in Search and Destroy, and then Hellstorm is any game mode. Other than that, don't use any of these streaks besides RC in Search, and then Hellstorm in any game mode. Wildcards, these are all restricted. And then your perks, all these perks are restricted. And then other weapon blueprints that allow unfair/unintended advantages. That specifically means tracers. Those tracers are not allowed. If you bought an Ames that has red tracers, please do not use those tracers in your private matches, in your league matches as well. And then some operator skins are also just very hard to see, so we went ahead and took out those ones. And here are the ones that are not allowed. So operator skins, you got the Terminator, you got Woods, Number Woods, Stone, Shadow Work, the John Cod skin, Frontman skin. Some of these ones that are just really hard to see. Onto the veto system. If a team is unresponsive by match time for vetoes, the league has the rights to have the active team pick all the maps. So if you show up after and you're texting after your match time, like about vetoes, the team that was there first can just pick the maps because you were late. So don't be late, and you can be texting about these well before the match time. You can be texting about them a day or two before. But anyways, here's the vetoes. So in a best of 5-0 series, the home team will decide to be Team A or Team B. And on the schedule, when it's released, they'll have a home side and an away side. Everybody, you play 5 or 6 matches, you should have the same amount of home and away. So if you're home, you decide if you want to be Team A or Team B. Team A can pick and host maps 2 through 4, and then pick sides for maps 1, 3, and 5. Team B will host maps 1, 3, and 5, and pick sides for maps 2 and 4. And then here's how the ban system works. Team A bans, Team B bans. Team A picks, Team B picks. Team B bans first one on Search and Destroy. Team A bans. Team B, Team A. Control, Team A, Team B, and then the last map that's there is the final map. And then here's the best of 7, which there'll only be like 1 or 2 best of 7s, and that'll be in the playoffs. And then lobby hosting, you have the lobby hosting. Host can be PlayStation, Xbox, or PSC. Here's a lot of information about the host if you're really interested, but hosting team will have 10 minutes to invite the opposing team to the lobby from the scheduled match time. After the invite of the team's 10 minutes or the 10-minute mark, the official start time, join the game, failure to show up, and each given time frame will lead to a map forfeit. Here's the settings that you want to turn on. Sometimes if you put the CDL mode on, kill cams like turns off, so you got to remember to put those on. And then you want to have friendly fire on, of course. But yeah, just make sure kill cams are on. That's the big one that for some reason isn't on whenever you go to the CDL game mode. Incorrect game settings. If there are any problems with the hosted team, the team is required to submit a ticket in the league's Discord system. And then you got hardpoint, search and destroy control if the game settings are found to be wrong. Within 3 rounds of search, 1 round or tied within control, combined 50 points, the map must be ended. Make sure to read those whenever, because that's bound to happen. So make sure to check those out in the rules. This is all available to you in the Discord. Item restriction violation must be filed within 30 minutes of the score report or prior to the match cutoff. So this is like if you're breaking GAs or using something you're not supposed to. Streaming and cam violations. Team must have to report a claim within 24 hours of the score report or prior to the match report cutoff. Players who do not comply with streaming and cam rule set will result in match forfeit. You can request for people to stream and do money cams or resets in the ticket system in the Discord. Somebody should be active every single night when it comes to these matches, because there'll probably be matches played almost every night when the season starts. So the tickets should be answered fairly quickly, as long as somebody's online, which they should be. And then money and hand cam is if it's requested and or required by us. So that's that. And there's kind of the rule set. So let's go ahead and go to the Discord and look at the ticket system. So here we are in the ticket, and here's where you need to be looking if you're in the league, is your league hub. This is where you're going to find everything that you need to know. You got season announcements. Right now, Sinner is actually doing a Q&A with a couple of people in there. And then he's on the Excel sheet. The Excel sheet will have a bunch of information like the schedule, which will be posted here in a week or so whenever the season starts. Season info, that's where we'll be able to find some of that stuff. Right now it's this, but we'll be updating it once the season starts. The season schedule will be right here. That's where you'll be able to find the schedule. The league standings, we're going to hopefully have something like this every week with some of the top standings, but it'll be more different. It'll more be like a standings list from all the groups. And then here's the league chats where you can find your opponents. So let's say you play, what's the team name we got? Let's say you play Chaotic Clan, your first week matchup. You're going to be like, at Chaotic Clan, yes, DM me to schedule our match. It's as simple as that. Hopefully someone from their side DMs you. Sometimes they don't. So you're going to have to maybe find them, maybe go to Phantom here and DM him separately. But that's the easiest way you can do it. And then there's also a captains and owners chat over here. Here's where you do roster changes. So how to do your roster change is just say add player, remove this player if you have 6. If you don't have 6 players, you can just say add this player. And that's how the roster will be updated. We'll get a pinned message in here so you can just check the pinned message on how to do it. Because once this gets going, this message might go away. We'll get that in there. Warning and bans. You got stream schedules. So this might be where some of the caster stuff happens. You got caster info, so this will be all of our casters that are joining. We got one for sure. We got Rocky, but I think a lot of these other guys will end up casting some matches as well. Same with the Torn account. And then here's a list of teams. We're working on getting this full and filled out, but for now we got a few of them in there, not all of them yet. Caster request. If you want a caster to cast your match, you can do that in here. And then stat submission, we'd like to keep track of stats. So if you want to, if someone does cast your match, having a screenshot of the end of the map and that scorecard is great, and that will really help us out in this stat submission. And then one thing that we are missing here is scheduled matches, which we'll just add right now as this goes. So we'll probably put it right by stream schedule. Let's put scheduled matches. And we'll put that by stream schedule. So that way, this is where you're going to put your scheduled match, and I'll put a message in here before the league starts of how to say it. So It'll be like your group name, you versus you, and then the time you play. Simple as that. Really easy to do, but that will really help us out here. So here's kind of the Discord rundown. One thing with the rules that I would say I need to clarify on is if you have your own personal, like a coach or just like a buddy getting your VOD who's podcasting the match, we need to have some rules on that and have them confirmed to not be in the call, or they have to be streaming. That might be what we end up doing, because you can podcast the match and cheat that way if they're in the call, same call, because we're not going to require, at least I don't think we're requiring everybody to play and be in there and in the Discord as they play, but maybe we'll decide that it's still not something completely set in stone, but it could happen. But yeah, we definitely need to get that podcasting rule figured out, and that will be added to here before the season starts. But that's the last one, and this is your league rules. So that's kind of it. If you guys have any questions, as always, ask us in the Discord. That'll be in the description. This is kind of the first video on this channel, and make sure to subscribe to see all stuff TornLeague related. We're hoping that we have a great season 1. We're thankful for everyone who signed up and is ready to play. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully have a lot of great streams, a lot of great content made out of it. And make sure to check out the TornLeague socials to stay up to date. We'll see you at the season start.